Good evening, guys. How are we going on this freezing Thursday? It's not Thursday, it's actually Tuesday. I'm thinking ahead already. So, welcome everybody. I'm just going to share this to a few groups and I'm going to turn this volume down, otherwise no one's going to be able to hear. I'm in a good mood today. I'm always in a good mood, pretty much 95%, and I'm giving you guys a taste of our online program, which I did last week because so many people did take so much away from it and wanted to see what else obviously we deliver and what we what we stand for here at the True Authentic Reality. You are getting a taste test from a lot of my group, 64 team members that have paid. It's $97 per month. It normally used to be $297, but over this COVID time, I'm allowing people to jump on board per month. You know, you're getting 8 live coaching sessions, which is really, guys, it's a small investment for what you're going to be, what you're going to be experiencing. And I'll just give you guys a bit of an understanding of what we're going to be talking about tonight is, what is money and how to build a relationship with money so money is always in your life. But I've given you some power questions to answer as well through this, which is going to, because a lot of the reason why people don't have money in their lives because they don't actually understand what money is and what money isn't. And when I give you not just my opinion, but proven understandings and proven discoveries of what money is and isn't, then you guys are really going to get excited. So I'm just having a look at the other groups that normally have a lot of our team and followers in. All right, that should be it. Let's get the party started. So who have we got? So we've got Mr. Dave to the max. How are you, bro? Great to have you on. I'm just going to set this up on my other computer as well because I've got like 2 screens here. I can see my ugly head up there. I haven't had a shave. I've been so busy lately, and yesterday you guys saw I got abducted by aliens. You saw that picture. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that picture got taken at 3:15. Some crazy shit. Someone said that I rolled over and took a flash, but it was a coincidence. I don't know if I was dreaming or what was going on, but if people don't know what I'm talking about, go on my page and you'll see. Kyle, great session today, mate. Really proud of your growth. Rachel, proud of you as well, sister. You're absolutely rocking it, and I know you haven't been feeling well. Tamika, how are you? Great to have you on. So let's get the party started. Kate, who else we got? And Andrew Adams, Mr. How are you, mate? How's your baby and everything ready to rock and roll? Ashley, all right, cool. I'm getting about 100 messages. I'm going to get everything. Let's get the party started. Let's get it rolling. So, how are we going to roll this out? Of the live coaching. Obviously, for the people that have been a part of, the True Authentic Reality and the coaching, we want you guys to answer questions or ask questions, but what I'll do is I'll give you a time so you can flow into that. So we're not going to be while I'm talking and you're there typing and it's going to go one ear out the other. So there'll be a time of, I call it accelerated learning, where I will be delivering the information, and then I'll say, has anyone got questions? So if something pops up, get a pen and paper, just do a little point form, and so I want you guys to learn as much as you can, because what you hear, you forget. What you write down, so what you see, you do, and then what you do, so what you role play or what you learn, you become it, okay? So these are just some tips for you guys to learn. I'm always gonna have my high vibration or high consciousness wine. I was gonna say it's with my dinner. I haven't even had dinner yet. I haven't had a chance. I quickly ran from my old apartment because we're getting the carpet fixed there to my new place, and now I'm here in front of you guys. We're ready to rock this out. So, why I wanted to share this with you guys, and why I thank the True Authentic Reality team that invest, their money per month to be a part of this, and thank you for letting me obviously air this in the public forum, because they know the value that you guys are going to get, yeah. And I want you guys to be a part of, because look, there's live streams. You've seen what I do, but if you really understand social development, if you understand personal development, if you understand higher consciousness, the way I'm going to deliver this to you guys, and specifically for this environment, and I'm going to customize it, that you're going to go away and not just have someone vomiting at you for the, verbal diarrhea for the, for this next hour. You're going to have strategies, tips, and understandings which are proven facts that I know that I've used to bring money into my life, and understanding what money is and isn't, and totally transform people that have been almost broken, homeless to bankruptcy, of living a life of abundance. And it's not all to do with the word money. So a few of the questions that I want you guys to even write them down, if you can see them in the post, is what really is money? And I'm going to break these down. Is it a real thing? And everyone's going to go, of course it is, but is it? Who created it? Why did they control? So why did they? I don't even know if I know what I wrote. Why did they control? Or who that should be who controls it. No wonder I don't even know what I wrote. Does somebody or somebody's control this thing? Or it should be who created it? Why did they create it? That's what it should have been. Is it an illusion that controls us? Does it control us? Or do we control it? Does it make the world go around? Is there enough for all of us? Is it hard to bring money into our lives? So these are probably some questions that you've asked yourself, or you haven't, or you don't believe in, and that's fine. So, as we start off anything in our life, we will say money's important, yeah? One thing I'll say to you, in anything that you do in your life, if money is a driver, if money is your driver, then you aren't coming from your heart, you're coming from your head, and you're basically, how you're showing up as a salesperson is a lie, yeah? Because yes, money's gonna be part of it, because yeah, you need to put food on the table if you want to pay rent and whatever. But if you're doing it because you wanna buy Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches, fucking, bikes, jet skis, and just, oh, look at me, then I've seen these people that I've been very close with, even some of my ex-fiancés, I should say, not some of, saying 8-figure coach and 7-figure this and 6-figure. And I know some people that aren't these titles, but why should it diplomat or why should it dictate how much money you make is how successful you are? So when they put up 7-figure, 8-figure, 6, fucking 10-figure, whatever, why would you even put that up there? Firstly saying, and is that showing another gradient of how successful you are? So, okay, you guys can sort of see sometimes where I live. I don't show you, so it's very, very important. I don't show you my cars. I don't show you this. I don't show you my bank balance. I don't say, oh, look at my watch I have. And, these things that are important to me, that they don't need to be important to you, okay? What I want to be important to you, that where I come from, my congruency, my value, my authenticity, and the intention of why I do what I do. So I'm not going to get into my story. So let's talk about, I think Rachel just she just commented then, just let me have a quick look. Man created money was gold before it turned into just paper. 100%. So just give you a quick history of money, guys. So there came an understanding of, there was trades, and before gold, there was rubies, there's diamonds, there was jewels, yeah? There were jewels that were these raw jewels that, through the different kingdoms and, different societies. And, these were the things that there's an exchange. There was a barter, there was like a cow, there was someone's wife or kids, and there was an exchange of value. So when they discovered gold, and obviously gold was a very, very rare, very, expensive material, they started obviously melting it down and started to make billions out of it, yeah? Which are gold bars. Then I'm giving you the understanding of gold bars where they were giving them to the banks, and the banks were giving them paper like it was like a receipt, and it was like IOU. So you're giving the banks to put your gold in their safe. And then what they started thinking about, they go, hold on a minute, if we can actually, there's not going to be enough gold for everybody, but if we created this paper, if we created this currency, who controls the currency controls people, controls man, controls woman, controls humanity. So they don't really say this, but you have to understand whoever like the federal bank, yeah, you guys, if you know this, without getting too much, it's not conspiracy theories. that most of the money that's around, that see how now we're not even going through money, it's all on the card. These things that dictate us or allow us to have the life that we live or not, people kill themselves, kill each other over this thing that's not even real. The money that you're borrowing is not even a real thing. It's just it's almost like a computer program and numbers in your bank account. So there's this thing that's been created that we put so much emphasis in. People kill themselves over, relationships break up, family breakdowns, marriages break up over one of the number one things that you and me can agree on, even what's happening right now in the world, this uncertain time of the lockdown COVID virus, is this thing that's not even true, that people do not have in their lives, that are destroying people, that it's causing suicide, that it's causing so much. Hey, Pablo, how are you? And Kim, thank you for, appreciate that. So all these things are happening that aren't even true. Money is a made up illusion over something that we put so much time and emphasis and we put so much energy into, and it is not a real substance. It's a man-made illusion and conditioning that at the moment that people's jobs, people's livelihood, that this thing that we call currency, that most of the time, that even when you're borrowing it out of the bank and you're working so hard to pay off the bank, it's not even real money. It's not physical money and no one owns it. Isn't that interesting? That we're so conditioned to be living our lives, getting up in the morning, working 5 days, 6 days, 7, 30-hour week. Sometimes it can be an 80-hour week or whatever it might be, that we're putting so much time and attention, so much stress into something that isn't real. So if it isn't real, then what is it? People go, oh, but money's real. Money's paper that the meaning we give it is real. I want you to remember this, yeah? Money is like this. Money is that, yeah? By looking at that, there's no value. That's just, paper that you're looking at. So you're looking at paper, loose leaf paper, it's the meaning that I give it. It's worth nothing. I'll just throw it away. Money is the same. Of course, if you want to get, really delicate, there's money is plastic, yeah? So it's the denominations that you see that, yeah? And even, isn't it funny that different countries, their paper is worth even more. Isn't that funny? In different countries, their paper is worth more because of the value of the country. That starts to make me wonder that are these countries or are they businesses? If you're saying that a certain country has their paper that is not even real, that their value of that is almost like shares of a business, because different businesses have different values because they're businesses and the business values are shares of what that is valued. So why should any other country be of more value than any others? Because the way they operate is exactly like a business, importing, exporting. Who controls that? Their power, their government. America, a country or a business? Let's just let that marinate for a moment. But let's just look at the facts. If you have paper that it's the meaning that you give it, if you look at a business and the business has got shares, which is this paper, yeah? That it's the value of the business and the shares, which is the paper, that is going to value what those shares are. So the different currencies in each country, so that does prove that these aren't countries, these are operating as businesses, and that's why different currencies have a different value. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? That's a really good point. There should be a universal currency. There you go. And why do you think Bitcoin? So let me think about it. Most of the countries that are controlled by the federal bank, which is the federal bank is controlled by the American government, that there is two other places, that there was Iraq, Iran, and there was somewhere else that aren't controlled by the federal banks. So isn't that interesting that the American government control the federal bank? So the federal bank is a separate identity that America controls, and America's currency is the strongest currency pretty much in the world. So it's just something to think about. And then the other underneath that is the UK, which is the pound, which is controlled by the royal family, which is the royal family. So the royal family is connected to the federal bank, and it's so funny that where the money is and what controls the world is whoever's closest to the federal bank that controls the money. Okay, that's just something to think about. So what I want you to understand that, okay, countries are businesses. They're run like businesses. The currencies are the shares. So then money is energy. Would you say that? If we want to break it down now, let's get away from the countries and the businesses and all that shit and the federal banks. Let's just get down to an exchange. So why does someone normally give you money? Yeah? I'll show you. So Australia, we've got this. See this plastic? This plastic makes people do crazy things. So Australia, we've got, so why would I give this money to someone or give this plastic? Because this is just plastic, yeah? But because we have 50 on it, and we've got a few of the, iconic Aboriginal things here, like I couldn't tell you who's on this money. So, like if you look at it like Edith Cohen, I don't know who that is, and Daniel Upani, or David Upani. Like that's just my arrogancy, yeah? Or my ignorance. So, yes, I said energy before, 100%. I saw that, Rach. So money is energy, yeah? So I'm going to give, so I would have put energy into achieving this, yeah? Either through my coaching, through my businesses, there would have been an exchange. So for the water, there's value in the water, which they're saying this is about $3 a bottle, which is ridiculous. And you give something, it's the meaning. So if we're not concentrating on this physical aspect, which people do, and how many digits they have in their bank account, then what we should be focusing on to have that is the meaning that we give it and the value that we're putting into people's lives. So I don't like to, I don't coach business because I look at what I do for purpose and value and being of service. But my coaches and people that I've worked with and, wealth strategists that are millionaire, everyone wants to be a millionaire because it's the status. Oh yeah, I've made it. That normally have 7 income streams. And to be a millionaire, if you break that down by 7, it's 148,000.883, whatever it might be. It's 148,000 times 7 gives you $1 million. Which you think about that, not many people would make $148,000 in one income stream. Yeah, some would even make 48. Someone even would make 100. Like that's still good money. If you're making that over 7, can you make that? Is that easy to do? When you know the strategy and the meaning that you give it and the meaning that you don't give it a physical representation. You don't give it like, oh, that is $50 and the energy and the meaning that goes with that. What you need to understand is the energy that it's going to take to have that exchange, because it's the meaning that we give this. This is worth nothing. We have been conditioned to say this is 50 Australian dollars, the meaning and the conditional program. But the energy, who makes $50 an hour? $50 an hour is good money, yeah? If you look at it, some people are going, oh, I'll make a lot more than that. But if we talk about overall, $50 an hour is not too bad. How would you increase that? So I know my value and I know my exchange and I know the energy that I'm going to be putting into someone's life that, I would charge a lot more than $50 because you know the value. So when we get away from the obstruction, when we get away from that box thinking of, well, I'm going to go into a corporation and they're going to tell me how much I'm worth per hour. You know what? If I'm doing all right, $35 to $40, if you said that to someone, well, that's pretty good in a trade or something, yeah? If you said to someone you're making 100 to 300,000, then you're either IT, maybe a doctor or something. And so you put that, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. I'm going to create this touch and, this, let's say, detachment that I need to be a doctor. I need to be a scientist. I need to be a, Steve Jobs. I need to be the guys from Google. And what we do is we will never get that. So you create an energetic detachment. So what you've done is you've put up an energetic barrier from wanting to attract energy in your life. That you stop believing your value, because we put this conditioning: for me to make this money, I even need to be, Pablo Escobar, a cocaine dealer. I even need to be a doctor. I even need to be a rocket scientist. I need to, all this education that comes up with that. And I even need to be these people that I know I would never be. So automatically you put up this wall. You put up this energetic wall. Even right now, you might be in a good industry. You might be an architect. You might be, in welfare. You might be a concreter. You might be a PT. You might be a coach. You might be anything, whatever it might be. You might be an entrepreneur. What is the universal law which is the foundation, like the ground that we walk on, which is just, that's what it is. What is going to defy you and defer you from making money or not is the value that you believe yourself. Yeah, you believe in yourself. What I'm saying, you believe for yourself, but you believe in yourself. Because when we have to put a PhD, a DR, whatever it might be, a CEO, and all these famous labels, if we want more money in our lives, then we need to be able to put that same energy out. We need to put the value, and it becomes that exchange. Because if you look at money is an exchange, and if you don't value yourself, it's all about energetic vibration. It's all about, the people that you see that are entrepreneurs, that have 7 income streams, that, someone says, well, Lee, what are your income streams? My retreats, my one-on-one coaching, my online program, my network marketing company, my other line of my workshops, there's another coaching I do my corporate. So, all these different income, all those different, they're different energies, they're different value streams, they're different services. So don't think of it as a boxed understanding. The more that you can put value into different areas of lives and be great at it, that's your value. So I want to share something with you. So I never ever thought that, I'm not saying that I'm smart, that I'll be successful. I'm not saying I'm successful, or I wouldn't think that I'd be doing what I'm doing today. Being able to impact people's lives, be able to travel around the world, be on stages and TED Talks, and to do some really cool shit. I've impacted lives, I've saved lives, and I've totally turned lives around. And I've also done that with myself. And when I was young, I thought I was going to be a professional athlete, because it was my hands, my body, and this wasn't working with this. I wasn't communicating, and so on and so forth. So I thought that through my physical, I was blessed with, I'm 6'3", I'm 108 kilos, I'm quite athletic. Even I'm 40 now, like I went back to the gym and I've been blessed with that. So I use that for an advantage. So I thought, I'll be an AFL footballer, which I did play, college basketball or play in America, which I did. And I thought that was going to be my income. But I never ever thought and believed, because of my value, that I'm ever going to be, of great value, because I'm never going to be a doctor. I'm never going to run my own business. I'm never going to be a talker, speaker. I'm never going to be a coach. I'm never going to be, whatever it might be. And the thing about that is, I was putting up these energy bubbles, these energy barriers, because my value was very, very insignificant, and it was in very, very tight places. It wasn't open, it wasn't broad. Like being an entrepreneur means problem solver. Yeah, an entrepreneur, you are solving problems for people. Get great at solving problems, and you will, as you guys call it, RICH, rich, because that's be having value. But get away from the energy exchange. Get away from how much money you got in your account. Get away from being 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, you're 100,000 million. Get away from the physical aspect of making money and start to switch that of the value you have within yourself and how you articulate it, putting it in the lives of others in many special ways, and you keep getting better. That is real money. That is the secret. That is the foundation of, you need to understand this. Energy comes and goes. And when you are aligned of the value you put in your life, in the lives of others, and how you do it and how often and keep evolving, that is the key. That's what money is. Money is an exchange of value, services. Yeah? Get away from marketing. Get away from this. It's about vibration. Because if you don't value yourself, yes, you can create a business, but will you be living abundantly? No, because you don't vibrate abundantly. Yes, you can, I'm going to buy water and I'm going to sell it. I'm going to make profit. Yeah, great. That's a robotic business. Is it your purpose? You can buy something and then sell it and make a profit. No shit. But is that making you into a better person? Is that adding value to others? You know what I'm saying? Is that changing? That's basically that. There is a value exchange, but there's not a value growth exchange. And what I mean by that is that you're not getting any better by selling this for $2 and you brought it for $1.50 and you're making 50 cents each one. That's not bettering anything. That's just putting, lifeless, I call it dead energy into your bank account. You're not making anyone better. You're not growing. You're not adding any value to the world and service. You're not adding any value to the collective consciousness. Because right now, and I'll quickly go back on the questions in a moment, that the people that are still surviving are entrepreneurs because mainly their businesses are online. Not saying that what they're doing is a great exchange. Yeah, they're doing e-commerce and selling projects and this and programs and whatever. Like during this time, my business has exploded because people have gone within. They want to work on themselves. They've been forced to make more time to do the work. And now at this time, people are stressing out and they want the mindset. They want the success strategies. They want the value in their lives. And you have to remember that what you do should be crisis proof, crisis free. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You should still be able to add that value no matter what. Even if you are, that you remember adaptability is intelligence and intelligence is adaptability. And the more that you can do that and create that, that's what's going to give you the exchange. And Elizabeth said, timely advice. Thank you, Lee from New Zealand. Really needed to hear all this. Now, blessings to you. You're more than welcome. Rachel would have said self-sabotaging of what I was thinking about, 100%. Also, I think a lot of people relate making a lot of money to being greedy or selfish. Like you said, no, specifically, you're going to be using the money for donating it and there's a specific purpose of earning it. Most people that think like that, Kate, have no money and never will have money because they say that money is the root of all evil. That, like anything, if you're a piece of shit, then money's going to make you into a bigger piece of shit. Yeah? And I always say that because it's energy. It's giving you that ability to do more things in your life, have more things. But if you're a great person, it makes you even to a better great person, even to a greater great person. Because remember, it's energy. It's the momentum. And if you're great at what you do, people say greedy and selfish. Yes, money brings you power. And does power corrupt the wrong man? Yes, it does. But does power also, in the hands of the right man and woman, I'm just saying this in context, that do they do great things? Yes. But when people say, oh, look at that snob and that person with the Ferrari. Yes, a lot of people do that for significance. Well, I need a Ferrari because I need to look like this, or I need the brands. You see everyone with their brands and the Gucci and the Givenchy and all that stuff and the cars and the Ferraris. But when you meet these people, they're pieces of shit. Yeah? Some of these club owners around Melbourne and these guys that have, and what people want to respect them because they've made money through other ways and you think that they're any better. You meet these people, one-on-one and they really let you down. Because what value are you giving back? What, because you've gone and traded something and made money on some trades? What sort of better person have you become because of that? What lives have you changed? What are you putting back to the people that are less fortunate? But look, these are just different values. But what I'm getting at, You need to start believing your value, and not because, oh, I'm never going to have much money because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a, oh, I can't run my own business, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a brain surgeon or whatever. All these things come about and go, you're straight away putting up an energetic wall of not being able to, that your value, and you're wanting something that is of value, and you're believing that you're of no value. So how do you think that you're going to get it in your life? So think about this. Think about when you have done something, you worked on yourself, you've had a breakthrough, you felt worthy, you felt more of value. Have you started to change your lens of awareness, change your perception of reality, change your model of the world, and you have started feeling more wealthy? You've started attracting more wealth in your life. You've started to live abundantly. You've started to, things have started to come in your life. Just take a moment to think about that. Think about when you have loved yourself more, or you've had that self-acceptance. You've not confidence or whatever, or power. It's about when you've stepped into that understanding of yourself, that self-acceptance, which is so attractive, which is so compelling for the humankind, that when someone accepts themselves for who they are, not because of their ego or pushing it on us, you can feel the value. You want to be around that. And if you're putting that energy into places, into people, then what gets sexy is that your energy is going to be like putting a plant that's been in the dark into the sun, and you start to see it blossom. You see it being fed with this energy. You see it to start to the photosynthesis. And that's exactly when you're around these people, that it's not a word that you use. It's not a title. It's not a career. It's not, a stamp. It's that energetic value that radiates out of these people. That doesn't mean because this person isn't a millionaire or a billionaire, doesn't mean they're of value. It's what they do with that energy. If they're feeling of value, they don't need to be driving a Ferrari or living in a mansion or doing all that. If they're feeling of value and doing that and living the life they are, but if you're feeling of value, then that is success. That is value. Money is a word that's been constructed that all it's worth is this paper. It's the meaning that we give it. And what is the key? Is the meaning that you give yourself, is the value that you give yourself. Because if you can, instead of going without, and money, make time and effort and job and this and that and qualifications and CVs, it starts within. It's the value that you create within here. It's the value that you create within here that is going to make all the difference out here, because the world isn't how we see it. The world is how we see ourselves. So it's the value that you create within yourself. Yeah. And that's when you start to, when you shift the value within, not $50, not that this is just paper. This could be, look, we could be conditioned $1 million. I'm going to say that's now, I put all the value in that to $1 million. I'm going to leave that there. That's $1 million. Yeah. That's just us giving the value. But what about creating it within? Because you're only going to see out here is what you have within. And when you start to shift within, that's when doors open. That's when people come in. That's when things start to change. And that, my friends, that's when value. And look, if you want to put yourself into a limiting job where someone puts a roof and going to tell you how much you're worth, or if you're going to put yourself in a limiting environment where the energy is going to decalibrate you into low value, being a robot, of you believing you're worth $30 an hour, if you're going to put yourself into an environment that people don't see your worth or value, or it's not going to be a place where you're going to plant your seed and that is going to be able for you to encourage growth, then that is your fault. Oh, but what am I going to do? I'm in this job, I'm miserable. That is your fault. Oh, I've got this business and I'm not making the money. That is your fault. Because when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, you are going to find things out about yourself that you never ever know existed. Because I even know for me, being the CEO of 3 companies, being top of the food chain, it all starts and ends with me. So if I'm not performing, if I'm not growing, if I'm not innovating, if I'm not putting that energy out, if I'm not believing that I'm of value, if I'm not showing up like this, then forget about it. The people that work in me, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? So you need to believe this. So what have we got here? You are speaking into my heart. Oh, beautiful. I appreciate that. Yes, I have stepped into my value. I still fall out of the occasional, yet I quickly led back into value. Value and clarity of my life. Paper, plastic, metal discs, they're all channeled, not the source of value, 100%. Awesome. You have cancer, oh my God, many prayers. I'm sure everyone put a heart react for his cancer. Don't know what you're talking about with that, man. Totally value an amazing human being is actually priceless. There you go. Beautiful. So the important thing that you really need to understand with yourself is when you know, and this is so valuable. When you come from a place of not allowing the world, not allowing, you know, yourself, not allowing anyone else, not allowing social conditioning to see how much you value yourself, because you need to know what the game you're playing. You're playing a value exchange. If you don't value yourself, then how are you giving any value? All you're just doing is just physical activity. It's linear of you putting energy, which is a physical activity, which are you growing from it? Are most jobs growing you? Or most people are losing themselves in their jobs? There's some jobs people are advancing. Some people are in their purpose, yeah? Or like, let's just say the job. But if you're doing something which is your purpose that you love, you know, as it's called, the Japanese call it ikigai, reason of being. You know, I put the post up yesterday, then that's going to grow. You're not doing it for money. You're doing it for the value. You're doing it for changing those people's lives. You're doing it for seeing people smile, the feeling. Because this is the other thing where you are going to be able to multiply and you're going to be able to take your value from 0 to 100. Is when you actually stop doing the activity and start calibrating the feeling of why you are doing this. What is the feeling of you being in the job? Is it just to have money? But when you have the money, what are you doing these activities to have the feeling? Yeah? You get that? So everything that we do, remember, money is it's a constructed, controlling, conditioning aspect of value exchange and services, which is being created to control the world. Yeah? So what I say to you is this, then why are you doing that? If you can actually shift yourself into the feeling, then that's at the end of the day why we do everything. It's not for something that we put the value to, because you remember, you know, you can go and buy something and that feeling is only going to last so long. Buy a new computer. Oh, I'm so excited. You know, I've got my Jordans on, my Jordan 1s that are so hard to get. And I wear them every day though, but it's the feeling that they give me. Yeah? Will that eventually fade and I want my feeling? But the thing is, when I buy something, when I put that energy into it, when I go to do a performance, you know, perform on a live stream, it's not a performance, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to present. I don't like a performance because that feels fake. But when I'm going to share information, it comes from the heart. I've got no notes. You know, I'll talk like this for, you know, till I'll put you guys to sleep all day, because it's experience. It's living it. But it's the intention of what is the feeling that I want to feel. I want to teach and master what I teach. And I want to allow the people that are watching this, which is our community, our students, our teams, our members, and even the people that aren't, just whoever's, you know, sharing this energy, is that I want you to feel anything that you need to feel that is going to improve you as a woman and as a man, as a person. That's going to add any value in your life, that you're going to, you know, shift 2% and you're going to become a better version of yourself. So you need to understand. You need to understand that money is not a real thing. That is not real. What is real is the meaning that you give it. And what is real is the meaning that you give yourself. What isn't real is the meaning that you don't give this. And what isn't real is the meaning that you don't give yourself. Because it all comes down to is how you relate to it. What is your belief system? And if we're talking about energy that we label value, which is a word that we say it's a value, it's an exchange of something that has energy, something else that has energy. It is energy at the end of the day, because that's energy, that's energy. This wine has a different value and an energy. This water has a value and energy. What do we value more? Wine. Why? Because the process of what it needs to go through, and the water, there's no process that it goes through, and we put a meaning to it that's cheaper. So now we put a meaning to this wine is more expensive, yeah? So then we do different things in our life to obtain the wine. And we don't do that much in water. Or like if someone says, do you want a bottle of wine or do you want a bottle of water? What would you take? You'd take the wine, yeah? Because of the value that we put around it. But if we didn't have any water, which is going to happen one day, that water is going to become more valuable than the wine, because the wine and grapes and whatever we can make, we can grow. But with the water, we run out of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's the value that we give it, but the meaning. At the moment, the meaning is different. Yeah? The meaning at the moment in this world of the resources, the situation, that's more valuable. But if we run out of water, then the situation that we do, we put that out and we have less, and it's going to, you know, the water's not going to, the water's going to be of extreme value. So I just saw these, I was reading these from back there. Total value exchange, amazing human beings. Oh, we said that before. I get it. Interestingly. Thank you, Julie. Hopefully you find it interesting. Water, thanks. I know why you don't have wine, Rachel, because you're crazy enough. You don't need any more crazy. And you would take the wine to catch a buzz. No, not really. It's not to catch a buzz. See, that's your perception, and that's your limiting belief. Well, I don't drink to, you know, to feel anything. It's you're drinking, it relaxes you. It's not a buzz at all. You know, some people, they'll take drugs or they'll do this. Like I have my CBD, I'm just having a look at the CBD inhaler. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke anything else. It's CBD. It tastes beautiful. You have that with some wine towards the end of the night because my brain's so hyperactive, and it relaxes you. Yeah, I'm not saying that you need additives, and that's just a different value. But it's not just of that. I'm finding, you know, it clears the mind, but it also helps the mind to relax at the same time. No, yeah, you know what I meant. Yes, I know, 100%. I'm going to apply this to undesirable. I'm going to apply this to an undesirable I'm dealing with. Okay, nice, I like it. Send me an inbox so I know what you're talking about, Julie, so I can help you. Some more energy vampires, I get it. Natural high in life. Beautiful, I like it. Energy. I need CBD. My mind needs to be cleared. Look, and that's as well, like you don't need it. Like obviously I do my meditations. I love to do presentations like this. Like even if I'm feeling a bit down or flat or whatever, you know, life has its moments and challenges. That when I love to present and share value in your life, it's an energy exchange. I feel radiated after this. This is why I didn't want to do it too late, because then my mind is so, you know, it's going so frequently in my vibration and my value. Because do I feel of more value when I'm adding value to you guys? Of course. And then my energy's high. And then going to bed, I'm just thinking about certain things and feeling it, where it should just be more mellow and more chilled. Jules, my friend, awesome. Okay, yes, I can't say a lot there. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Rachel, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, look, if you need any more help with that, send me an inbox, or Rachel can communicate, because, no, I 100% appreciate that. So, look, I wanted to keep this short and sharp. 45 minutes today. Normally they're about an hour. I love the We Smoke. You can put the cherry on the cake. It's all right. Everyone, you can put, have a smoke, whatever you guys are into, as long as it brings out the best in you. You bring out the best in yourself, and these things are, yeah, like you said, the cherry at the, top of the cake. Yes, Leah, well, thank you, not a problem. So the main message, what I want you to really have and integrate into your hearts, not hearing it with your ears and then, running it over in your programs in your mind, but hearing it with your hearts and letting it evolve, through your body, is understanding that what money is and isn't. And when we know and when we get it and we play the game right, is understanding that when you start to put yourself and shift yourself into the understanding that money is an energy of what we say is value. So if money is an energy of what we say is value, then the better that we get at calibrating our energy field, the better that we get at calibrating our energy that we put out, which we call value. When someone say, oh, I'm worthy and I'm of value and whatever it might be, then that is when you are going to be manifesting, as some people say, or attracting and being the attraction energy of this thing that we call money, which is energy of value. Because you are calibrating and radiating at a vibration, which these are just words, but if you get it, you understand and know yourself of being of that value, instead of living in this trapped cell of insecurity, of no value, of no energy, but wanting to live a life of abundance and success and fulfillment and, and having materialistic things and, nice things and live the life to your fullest. But in here, you're radiating of no value. Yeah? Because the thing is, what I say, what I believe true value, yes, you can buy something and then you can sell it for more and make a profit. I don't see value in that. I see that as business. I see that as profit. What I see of value is that every individual person is so unique and special that the better you get at being you and being unique and special is going to, you think about it. As a collective consciousness, as each individual becomes the best version of themselves, does that help the world in a collective? Of course it does, because instead of being the same, instead of people, thinking what they need to be or what's this social conditioning, because over 80% of people are doing a job just for the money, but they aren't bettering themselves in many ways. Yeah? That's a scary understanding of self. So, if in anything that you do in your life, in a relationship, in a career, if you're running a business, I don't like to call what I do a business. It's my passion and my purpose. My passion is constantly adding value and becoming a better version of me. My purpose is the results my students, clients, and people that are in my energy that they walk away with. And how you get at that is when we talk about value, it's not intelligence. It's not having how many certificates. Like I can show you all my certificates that I used to have up on my wall, and some people want to see them. How are you qualified? What are your certificates? I said, well, why don't I tell you my life story? What I tell you, let's go and have a glass of wine, because you're going to need it after I tell you what I've been through. And then they go, wow. Not how much my watch is and what brand it is, or how much my apartment is, or where I live, or how many cars I've got, or my bikes and this, how many properties. That's not how successful I am. That's playing the game of the system to be able to have more things in your life. Do you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, there's my beautiful mother. And that's what you need to understand. You have been through life experience there. Yeah, 100%. And Jules, I saw you ask before, where am I located? I'm located in Melbourne. Send me an inbox and I'll tell you exactly where in Melbourne, in the city. Yeah, I'm not across the road from pretty much Albert Park, Paran. If you know Paran, corner of High Street and St Kilda Road. There you go. I'm sorry, Lee, to draw you to helping others. Sorry, Lee, to draw you to helping others, for you have been through a lot. Yeah, I have been through a lot. Like my beautiful mum's here. She can back that up. Oh, okay, love Melbs. Oh, awesome. Yeah, send me an inbox or get the details off Rach. Because Rachel is one of my personal VIP clients, and me and Rachel have known each other for a while. Fucking A, my experience qualified my life. Yes, loving it. And Isabella, because I think this is the first time you've been on one of my lives, if I've been naive, where are you, is that Spanish, is that Mexican? Where are you checking in from? I'd love to know a little bit more about you. That's fantastic. And send me an inbox, and I'd love to communicate. So look, guys, I want to give you guys a taste test, and we're growing and we're opening our doors to the True Authentic Reality. If you want to be a part of the True Authentic Reality, send me an inbox, or if you know someone that's already in the team, send them an inbox about the results that they're getting. I'm doing twice a week, every Tuesday and every Thursday at 7 p.m. What I'm doing is adding value and, the things that I can even show you if you want to know more about what the other subjects, what the topics of discussion are, as we call them, the TODs. all the topics of discussion or teaching. Yep, I'm Scottish. Oh, I love it. Awesome stuff. Do you live in Scotland as well? And I wanted to give you guys a taste test because yes, you know, I give a lot of my time for free, but to be part of the True Authentic Reality, and you know, is it like if we're talking about a value exchange, if you're getting me 8 times a month, twice a week, so obviously there's 4 weeks in a month, you get 8 live sessions, and paying $97 of value of energy for the value that I'm going to be teaching you, because all it takes is one word, or you know, just one breakthrough, and how much is that worth to you? It could be life-changing. So if you want to be a part of the True Authentic Reality, which is $97, it used to be almost $300 a month. But now in this crisis, I know people are going through a bit of a hard time, 97 Australian dollars a month, you'll be getting live coaching. And the guys, you have to understand this as well. My team actually know this because they pay it. To have me as, you know, if we're going to do coaching sessions in person, is 300 Australian dollars per hour. You get me 3 times, 3, 6, 9, 12, 80, whatever it needs. I think it's 2,400. You know, and you get me for $97 a month to be a part of that. Fancy a partner to join with you on one of your talks. Feel into it. I'm willing. Oh, nice. Yeah, 100%. Send me an inbox and I'll get to know more about it. Jasmine, how are you, sister? We have to have that chat. I'm looking forward to connecting as well. And you know, that's what we're about. Like me and Jasmine connected through similar situations, and you know, it's been that value exchange. So, and I'm glad that you're on here, and yeah, looking forward to being able to help you in any way I can. So, and you've helped me out as well of obviously sharing your story, and I've learned a lot, you know, through that as well. We all learn. We don't need to be a coach, leader, friggin' whatever. We don't need any titles. We can just be ourselves. We can just be a normal human being, and what we our life experience and our name is enough. So, absolutely great to have you on as well. So yeah, we'll have to have that chat soon. So that's what it is, guys. And you know, if you feel value in this and want to know the other coaching topics, which is, it's a 16-week program. You know, you can exit anytime you want. And be a part of what we're doing. This is something that I've gifted to you guys. Obviously, you know, the guys they get part of this of their programs where they're doing the one-on-one coaching, or they're just part of the online program. This is me being able to add this high value, which I truly believe it's high value, and I'm sure that you would have taken something away from it. That, you know, being able to have that, you know, using the technology, using Facebook Live, as we've just seen people in Scotland, people in Australia, people over in America. You know, we've got Kate, my other VIP client over in Boston. It's really powerful to be able to add that value across the world. So my main intention is to getting this energy, getting this understanding, this blessing, this value into the lives and hearts of millions of people around the world. So that's why, you know, I'm giving you guys a taste test. If you've got some value from it, share it to the groups. If you want to know how to become part of the team, every Tuesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Melbourne time, let me know, and we'll, you know, we'll rock it out together. Finding you on Facebook years ago, best thing the universe gifted to me. Oh, thank you, Rach. Blow you a cyber kiss. I really appreciate that. And you know what? You haven't been the easiest student, but you've been the loyalist. Loyalist? Is that a word? You've been the most loyal. I'm making up words. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you for this time. Thank you for letting me, you know, scream at you guys for an hour. And sometimes it can be a bit daunting because, you know, you're looking at my big ugly head that I haven't even had a chance to shave. I've been that busy lately. You know, even to put on, I would have put on my tuxedo. You guys, you know how I rock it. Just, you know, Jordan jeans, black t-shirt, or a hoodie. So thank you guys. I'm Lee Bundy, the CEO of the Ultimate Flow Experience, FlowX Project, and Beast Mode International. Much love. Thank you for your time. More importantly, thank you for being you and allowing me to experience you. Take care. Have an amazing day.